Chief Political Correspondent Carl Cameron's live in D.C. Good day to you, Carl. Good morning. You were reporting about this teleprompter discussion. You've been on that for about a week. There is symbolism here. Why is this such a big deal?
Well, he's dumped on people who've used prompters and mocked the existence of the device. And there's a big division in his campaign. Of course, there's a rift with the new regime and some of the old loyalists. And as recently as Tuesday, in advance of his big New York primary win, there was a big debate about whether or not he should have used a teleprompter in his acceptance speech, in his victory declaration. And what happened was they argued over it, and some suggested that that would undermine his tell it like it is, anti-PC, authentic candidacy, and make him look like a hypocrite because he's made fun of candidates who've used it in the past. And that argument prevailed. There was no teleprompter on that night. And where teleprompters will be used is fundamentally going to be in policy speeches. And the idea here is that Trump's now trying to up his game, improve the nature of his rhetoric, improve the delivery on his policy answers and his riffs, his rhetoric, and try to begin to really deal with the establishment, the RNC particularly, and the delegates at the convention and the members of the 168-member committee that's meeting in Florida right now, so as to position him to actually win the nomination, or in a convention floor battle, have some allies within the Republican establishment that for the last 2 years of his political life, he's been criticizing harshly. Bill?
You know, Carl, he did a town hall this morning on NBC. Made a little bit of news. What was that all about?
He did. He was talking about a push to make bathrooms off limits for transgenders. They'd have to go to the bathroom of their sex on their birth certificate as opposed to whatever they've transed into. And made a little bit of news in that he puts himself at odds with a lot of southern socially conservative states that are doing just that. Listen to this.
It's a big move to create new bathrooms. Problem with that is for transgender, that would be first of all, I think that would be discriminatory in a certain way. It would be unbelievably expensive for businesses and for the country. Leave it the way it is.
That's a hot button issue, and you can expect that his rivals will be asked about his answer. John Kasich has sort of taken a similar position. It's a little bit more delicate for Ted Cruz because as a social conservative who's courting evangelicals very seriously, he has to be careful not to offend those states that are dealing with this controversy with some of their statutes. But Donald Trump weighed in on it, and you can bet there will be a lot of discussion about it in the next 24, 36 hours.
Thank you, Carl. Nice to see you again. Carl Cameron there on the
bet.
sidewalks of Washington, D.C.